Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and it's been, I don't know, like 4 weeks, I think, since I've gone live on my YouTube channel. So I'm so glad to be here. I've done some Facebook Lives, but I haven't done my regular Friday Live for almost a month, I think. And of course, for those of you who follow me, that's because I was gone first. I was gone to visit our son in California, and then I was up in Canada taking care of my mom. And now I am back and I'm getting caught up. I have a lot to catch up on, so I apologize if I'm behind on stuff, but I did get all my thank you cards out in the mail on Monday, and I've already received notices that people are getting their thank you gifts from February. And if you are still wanting to place an order with me in March, I'll just let you know what my gift is for the month, because sometimes I forget. I get very wrapped up in my projects. So I want to make sure I'll let everyone know this is my host code for the month of March. And for every $50 you spend with me this month, you will get a pack of Retired Designer Series paper. Now, this is not a full pack, but I cut my paper once it retires into 6x6 if it's not already in 6x6. And I package it up with the original name of the paper so you know what it is. And I cut all the remaining sheets up into 6x6, and you will get at least 20 sheets of paper for every $50 you spend. Usually it's more than that, but its minimum is 20 sheets. And so for every 50 you spend, and it will be a surprise. There's lots of different, if you order more than if you order like $150, so you get 3 packs. I try and make sure that there's a variety. You won't ever get the same pack of paper twice, but I've got Christmas paper, floral paper, all different kinds of paper, so it's kind of fun to see what you'll get. And it's all Stampin' Up, great quality paper. And I've been doing this for several years, the retired paper, and it's always been very popular. So that's why I keep doing it, and because I keep having retired paper. So I've actually gone back in my stash, and I've been going back and cutting it up into 6x6, and so it's kind of fun to see some of the patterns that come up there. It's just really beautiful paper, but I would never get through it in a lifetime because I'm always having to move on to the new stuff. All right, so I have a great project for you today, and I don't know if you've seen these in the stores before. I've always kind of seen this, and I've always wanted to do something with it. I've never done anything with it. These are Barnum's Animals Crackers. It's by Nabisco. It's this cute little box, and it does have a handle on it. But you know how we like to adapt things so that they fit a theme, so they can fit your own colors and everything like this. And I think this actually, animal crackers are kind of like a fun snack. And I think about this especially like as a pick-me-up. This is kind of like a fun snack to have. And so the Rhino Ready bundle makes this a really cool little thing, because it's got a lot of cute little greetings. Like I've got hello friend here, and I've got it's a great day, and then this box just slides in and out of this cute holder, so you can make this in whatever colors you want. Now if you don't like cutesy little animals, think about doing this like with florals or with whatever you like. It doesn't have to be cutesy little animals like I like to do. I think it's kind of fun to do that. And then this is the card that would go with it. You're built tough. So this could be a great little get well set, or just like maybe someone's a little under the weather. This would be a great little pick me up. And I think those cute little animals, it just kind of makes me smile. So I'm hoping it would make someone else smile. You know, like you're built tough. Like we don't all have we have friends that maybe are more sentimental, and we have friends that could use a good little smile or chuckle, and this will be for the friend that could use like a little smile or a chuckle, right? So I thought that would be kind of fun, and I'm going to show you how to make it. And so that is my project for today, and I get to share with you the Rhino Ready bundle because it is a new online exclusive. Like, did you know that we have online exclusives now? They started March 1st while I was away, and they will be released 3 times per year. Online products that aren't going to be in a catalog, and these are really good products. They're not just like your, kind of a general set. We've got lots of product that was released all at the same time, so that's really fun. So I'm going to share some of the other products that were in the online exclusives just now when I go over the products. I love that there's so many of you on here this morning, and I will talk to you all at the end. So hello, everyone, and I'll go through the comments at the end so I don't get more distracted than I already am. Okay, let me pop over to my other camera. Oh, but before I do, I'm still doing project sheets, and this will be my project sheet that I will send out on Saturday with all the instructions on here. A nice little sheet, and it will also have a diagram on the second page to show you the cutting and scoring, so you can be totally accurate and get it right the first time. All right, I'm going to pop over that. So if you need to be on my email list, look down in the description of the video below, wherever you're at. Where's my finger? Okay, look down below in the description of the video. There is a link to sign up for my email list to get on it so that you get my weekly project sheets that are sent out on Saturday. Okay, so this is the bundle I use. It's called Rhino Ready. It's got cute animals. You know how much I love them. And cute little punny greetings like "You're built tough" and "Hope your birthday is wild." And I like this one, "You're stronger than you think." All very nice greetings to use, and they could be used for kids or for adults because I like cute animals. And then the matching die set, it cuts out the different rhinos, but it's got extra things like a birthday hat and some foliage, and it cuts out the grass, and these could be used as maybe clouds or bushes probably. So you've got a lot of different things to play with in there. I'm also using this. This is also part of the online exclusives. This is called Radiating Stitches dies, and you can see them on here. See these wonderful dies. I'm using the 2 smaller ones, and I also used, you see this heart on here? That's got some stitches on it as well. So that's what I'm using for that. I'm also using this Stylish Shapes dies. Now, these ones have been around for a while. They are currently on back order, so you can't order these right now. I will be using these today. They are coming back in at the beginning of April. They have an ETA of April 10th, but they may come in a little bit sooner. I've noticed that things have been coming in a little bit before their arrival announcement date. So check for these at the beginning of April if you still don't have them. If you want a die set, these are called the Stylish Shapes dies. If you want an alternate die set to use, I would look to the rectangle stitched framelits, because these ones have, like, if we match this one up with I would say let's match these 2 up. These will be kind of the same right here. So the smallest rectangular one, this one would work also well for the handle. I'm using that, if you can see right here, I'm using it for this right here and for this label right here. Okay, but you could do the same thing with this little guy. It would just be a different type of handle, okay? And the greeting would work right there as well. So you can use that as an alternate die set, and I love these as well. So just something to think about if you want to do this project right now and don't have the Stylish Shapes dies. All right, the other thing I'm using is the Hello Irresistible 6x6 paper. This is also an online exclusive, so it is available right now. It won't be part of the retiring list. So, and it's got these patterns. These are new. They have some returning colors actually. It looks like Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon are coming back, so they are featured in this paper, so that's kind of cool. So I will be making this project in a different color because a lot of these papers are in this blue-green color, but then I also have some paper that's kind of the flirty flamingo color. So I want to just share with you how you could make this project in the two different colors, so you could use up all the paper if you wanted to make these fun little box projects. Okay, I think we are ready. I'm going to prop up my project sheet so I can see it. Okay. All right. We are going to start off with our Simply Scored because you know how much I love it. And we are going to make the base for our cover. Okay. So when I designed this, I realized that my sheet wasn't big enough to wrap around from start to finish. So we're creating this actually in two pieces, okay? But we're gonna start off with one sheet. So to start off with, you're gonna need a piece of cardstock that measures 10 1/4 by 7 3/4 inches. Let me straighten this up on the camera. Hate when it looks crooked. Okay, put the short side up at the top. So the 7 3/4 inch side goes up at the top. And then you are going to score at the 2 inch mark, the 5 1/4 inch mark, and the 6 1/4 inch mark. All right, you'll see what I've done in just a second. So I'm creating the front and the back piece at the same time, doing the scoring at the same time. And now I'm going to cut this piece in half. So I'm putting the long side up at the top of my trimmer, and I'm going to put this at the 5 1/8 inch mark, and then I'm going to cut. So now I have two pieces. You can see they should be identical. Stack them on top of each other. They should be like identical. All right. So I'm going to put these pieces back to back. It actually doesn't truly matter because we're folding these pieces one way or another, but the little indents I'm putting facing outwards for now. And we're going to run this through the Big Shot to create the handle. So let's go ahead and do that. I've been toying with what order to do this best, but I think we'll do it this way. I'm taking my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, putting down, I've got base platform 1, thin die adapter 2, and a clear plate. I'm taking these guys, plus we need, what is it? We need this die right here from the Stylish Shapes. And just for the purpose, I'm going to turn it like this so you can see. So there's two pieces of cardstock. They're back to back. They're lined up. The score lines are lined up the same way, right? Okay. And then we've got two ends. We've got a 2 inch end and we've got a 1.5 inch end. We're going to be cutting into the 1.5 inch end just so you don't get confused. And I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to eyeball this. If you want to be really concerned with being 100% centered, you can take a centering ruler and make yourself marks so that you are 100% centered. But what I'm doing, I'm just eyeballing this and I'm looking to make sure, first of all, that it's parallel to the edge, that it's centered on the segment this way and centered on the segment this way. So you might need to just adjust that just a little bit. I'm going to take a little piece of this Post-it labeling and cover up tape just to pin down my die so it doesn't shift while I'm maneuvering things, right? So I'm going to put this down here, right there. Okay, so I'm going to put the second cutting plate on top, and I'm going to run this through just till I hear it like click that it's gone over the die, and then I'm going to come back over and I'm going to run it through at least twice. Let's see if twice will get it all the way through. I'm going to go over it again and then come back, and hopefully running it through that many times will cut through both pieces of cardstock. So let's just check this out. Yep, that worked. So now I'm going to carefully peel this piece off. Let's grab this. It's also squished down my Post-it and labeling tape onto here, so I just need to carefully peel this off slowly. Okay, we can reuse that piece. And so there is my handle. Okay. And reserve one of these because we're going to use one of these as the label for the top in just a moment. Okay. I'm going to come back over here. I'm trying to do everything in order. One thing I notice with labeling tape sometimes is it sometimes does leave a residue, and especially since I pressed down twice and went over it twice. So if you have that, just use a white eraser and it will remove like any tackiness that is left behind. It will just take it off so that it's no longer sticky. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue just this top segment right here so that the two handle pieces are together. And we're going to make sure we don't glue anything else. So from the score line up, I'm going to put glue here. Put glue around kind of like that. The score line's right here, okay? And then just upwards. Then we're going to put these both back to back and just line up the cardstock. Make sure it's all lined up. And then use your bone folder to smooth this down. Make sure it doesn't shift. Okay. So it's looking really good now. And then we're going to take this and we're going to fold along the score lines. So this one's going to go out. And this one's going to go out. Okay, so that's going to become the top. And then this one has to get folded in because now it's wrapping around. And then this bottom one also gets folded in like this. And then this one will get folded in. And this one will get folded in. Okay, but before we adhere the bottom together, I want to get, so you can see it's starting to take shape, right? I want to cut up my designer series paper. And I'm going to do, since I'm doing Flirty Flamingo, I've chosen 2 sheets of the Hello Irresistible paper that have a Flirty Flamingo in them. I could have used this side as well, but I thought that this side would like look a little bit better. So I'm going to cut this down. This length right here is 5 1/8. So I'm going to put this on. I've got them doubled up right here. Okay. So I'm doing both of these at the same time. So this is 5 1/8 right here. And then I'm going to do 4 1/4 right here. And I can score this either on here or I can take it over to my scoring board. I have my scoring blade on here, so we can do this score on here. Since it's already on here, I'm going to, the 4 1/4 side is up at the top, and I'm going to bring this over to the 3 1/4 inch mark. I'm going to take my scoring blade and score right there. So basically it's scoring an inch in, but I moved it over to the 3 1/4 inch mark. So you can see I've got, can you kind of see that score line right there? All right. So now I need to fold this along the score line. And these pieces, I'm going to use one of them for the card afterwards, so I'll just reserve those for the moment. And we're going to glue these right on top of these pieces like this. It just adds like a nice little bit to the piece. So we're going to take this. I'm trying to decide if it's better to put the glue on the, I'm going to put the glue on the paper. So we'll just put a light bead of glue on this paper. And it's a little easier to glue this while it's not yet assembled. So I'm making sure that those two score lines are matching up. And then I'm going to press down on here and smooth this down. Isn't that pretty? I love how that adds that little extra touch to the paper. And we'll do the same thing with the other side. I'll just bring that together. Line it up. Okay, so now have a look at what will be the front of your box. This side was the back side of the die, but this side has the nice stitching on it. So I want this to have a nice base at the front rather than having this stick out. So I'm going to put this one's going to be the front. So I'm going to put the glue on the back piece, the back of that one. It doesn't truly matter though, because it will work either way, but you're just going to put glue on one of them and then overlap the two pieces. You can press down with your bone folder. Okay, and you can see how the cover kind of came together. All right, grab your box of cookies and slide it in here. This is not, it's not a super snug fit, like it's a little bit slidey. I actually made one that was a snugger fit, but I decided I liked both the measurements and the fit on this better. It just seemed like it was like a better deal. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to read my instructions is what I forgot to do. But this will be a quick remedy, but it's not the way I would have wanted to do things. I want my handle to have these slopey, slanty edges. So let's remedy that right now. There's still time. So if you do this wrong, there's still time for you too. Okay. So we're going to take a ruler. Move this aside. I'm going to measure over 3/4 of an inch in right here. So from the edge to here, it's 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Make myself a little mark, 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to take my ruler, and this little edge right here where the score line is, I'm going to draw a line. And I'm just going to, you can see that. Okay. I was in just such a hurry to make this box. I forgot to do this. So this would be, you could do this as soon as you've glued the two handles together, then do this measurement, because it's a little easier to do when it's completely flat rather than when the bottom is glued. But it's still possible now. Just pinch this piece down like this, and you're just going to cut along here like that. And that will give you that nice angled look. It makes it a little less boxy. Like that. Okay. And if you have any leftover pencil residue, you can just erase it. All right, now it's ready for the box of cookies. And I found these at the grocery store. You can probably also find them online. So let's decorate this now. Okay, so I'm going to need some pieces to stamp on, and I'll bring in my die cut machine again. Same sandwich as before. Number one plate, one platform tooth and die adapter. I'm using a clear plate. I've got a piece of Flirty Flamingo and I've got a piece of basic white. I'm going to grab my Radiating Stitches dies, these two smaller ones. The white one is the smaller one, and then the Flirty Flamingo one is the middle one. I put these in going on an angle because it's easier to go through the rollers. And we'll just run this, run this through, but it shifted. I slammed it through, so put the plate down, pin it down, and then roll it through. All right. So we've got our two die cut pieces. I love these new dies. They're just very cool because they've got the little stitches on the layers, and I think that just looks so nice. It adds like a little frame to it, so that's kind of cool. So now I'm gonna come in. We're gonna grab some rhinos. I'm gonna grab one of these guys. All right. And we're gonna grab Memento. This ink pad was out of stock for a while, but it is now back in stock, so yay for that. And I'm just gonna ink this up here, and we're gonna stamp this kind of right here. And we're gonna do hello friend. Make sure I stamp this in the correct direction. And we'll stamp that down here. So cute, right? So then I did It's a Great Day on the banner. This is the leftover banner from cutting that handle. So we'll just put that down here. And normally, like I was just gonna add like this little bird right here. But when I did it with the with this one, I thought it looked cuter if I actually stamped and die cut a bird. So I actually did that since it was just a tiny little piece. I did that earlier. I just stamped him on basic white colored with the daffodil blends and then die cut. There's a little die in the Rhino Ready ones, and you can just do this. Okay. So we'll set that aside for a second. And I want to come in and just color my little rhino friend here. This is going to be very easy to color. I'm using Smoky Slate and Daffodil Delight. So I'm taking my dark Smoky Slate and I'm just going to outline this whole Rhino piece. Just all the way around. I'm avoiding the toes. Don't want to catch the toes because those are going to be white. And I'll come around here, do the tail, do the ears, and do this. All right, then I'm going to come in with my Smoky Slate and I'm going to just start brushing on with my brush tip on an angle. I want to leave like a little white space somewhere in the center here. So don't forget to leave a little light spot. You could probably also leave one. I'm going to see if I can leave one on the nose as well. Okay, so I've covered this pretty much with the brush tip. And now I'm going to come in with the bullet tip and blend out that line between the dark and the light. Just kind of blend it into itself. You might have to go over it a couple times to get it blended out. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's all I did for my little Rhino friend, and then I'll just come in with the Daffodil. I think this is the Daffodil Light. Yes, Daffodil Delight Light. Kept the bird fairly simple, just on there. And then we're going to adhere these two together. Like that. Fairly simple. Bring this back in. And we're going to glue this on here. Okay. And we'll center this. I like how this one's like a pink one because, you know, it's kind of fun to have the two different colors. And then we're going to put this on here. Right up at the top. You know, you want to try and give the person you're giving this to clues that it's going to be a great day. And, you know, sometimes, you know, what I found is like, you have to kind of like train your brain to think it's going to be a great day. Kind of fake it until you make it sometimes. Not all days are good days, right? So, you know, but if you go in and say, oh, today's going to be a lousy day. Well, it probably, your brain's already looking for all the lousy things in a day. So I like, it's a great day, maybe even if it isn't, but like just kind of training your brain to like try and look for the good things. And I like the little hello friend right here. Okay, so to finish this off, we're going to take some of this black and white gingham because this really goes with almost everything. And we're just going to tie. I don't know how much I'm going to need. I'm going to tie this up top here. Okay, I think I got myself enough ribbon. Yeah. Okay, so then you just have to kind of back and forth until it looks good. Yeah. All right. Good enough. And I'm going to grab my scissors and give it a little cut here. That's a little cut here to trim this off. So there is the little box. And I love, you know, now, even though the box is red, you can, it looks different, right? It looks like elegant. This is how you make your animal crackers look elegant. So if you want the ends of your boxes to look better, hey, you can cut a piece of designer series paper and glue them onto the ends of your boxes. Pretty easy. Just take a ruler and measure. It's about 2 inches by 3 1/8 inches. So you can cut little end pieces. I left mine blank though. I'm okay with showing that it's animal crackers because I kind of think they're fun. So there you go. So you can cover up those ends as well. But I think that looks kind of good. All right, so let's create this little card right here. Scoot this over here. Now, I'm trying to think. So we have these leftover pieces. And I didn't even think before, how did I cut these? And I hope they measure up. Yeah, actually it worked out well the way I cut it. It worked out well. So I have these leftover pieces from when I was cutting the paper for this, okay? So this piece, just in case you want to know, measures 5 1/8 by 1 3/4. And I am just going to glue this piece of paper onto here. Like this. And of course, I haven't made this pink card yet, so I was just hoping it would come together as nicely as this is Pacific Point cardstock, by the way. I don't know if I called this a different color, but it is Pacific Point, just in case you're wondering. And this one's Flirty Flamingo. The Pacific Point color is in my supply list. So then we're going to take the other rhino. Actually, there's 3 rhinos. And we're just going to ink this one up. And we'll stamp him right about here. And we'll take the bird and stamp him right onto the tail, because that will add just a little bit of color. And then I want, oh, I'm putting my ink pad away before it's time. I'm going to add You're Built Tough up on the top here. Okay. So I would go ahead and color this, but I'm not going to do that right now because you saw how I colored the other rhino, right? It wasn't that hard. So we'll just stick this on here just to kind of show you how it all comes together. And then let's try this red heart. I don't know if it's going to be too clashy with the pink, but you could do layer another pink heart on there. We could do, let me bring this over here for a second. Let's cut a red one and let's cut a pink one too. We'll see which one looks better. This is one of the perils of like not actually drawing your designs out ahead of time. I have this thing though that I kind of like cards to kind of mimic each other a little bit. Like, so if I'm making one in a different color, I kind of want it to look the same. So that's why I kind of went with the red heart, even though I know pink and red can sometimes be a little, they clash a little bit. They're a little bit too, I don't know how you call this in art speak, but they're a little bit too close to each other on the wheel. And so they don't contrast as nicely. Whoops. I just threw my, okay, here. I got this right here. let's see what looks better. And you could also use a different color, maybe like some foil sheet or like a different type of paper, so you don't have to necessarily just go with regular one. So of course this doesn't look quite as good because I haven't colored yet, but I think we might need to go with, I don't know, what do you think? I think we might need to go with the pink heart because I think the red heart is too clashy. What do you think? This one or this one? Is it too plain? I haven't colored my hippo though, so not my hippo, it's Rhino. So that's the other thing. Can color my little guy here. You let me know in the comments what you think. I'm gonna, instead of doing an outline, I'm just gonna go ahead and color this guy real quick while I let you guys debate that. I'm not coloring him quite as well as I did. I didn't outline this guy, which is what I would probably do, is I would outline him. Let's use the brush tip. In the dark, just like I did with the other one. But just for making this quick and so we can kind of see what the contrast is. It's hard to, sometimes it's hard for me to visualize until everything is in place. So that can be tricky, because then you can't really tell how the whole product will look together. Okay, let's do the tail and the little ears. Okay. Oh, and then also I'm going to add this little bit of black and white right here. That's what it would look like. Or if we went with the red, this is what it would look like. So either one, I think, you know, if you're doing these, like if you had these side by side sitting out, then I'd probably go for the red. But then also like the pink kind of just looks a little bit more mellow, right? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to read. Okay, so flirty pink. So some people like the red. Some people like the pink but adds some shimmer on it. Ooh, I think the red is fine. Gives it more contrast instead of blending it. You know what? Let's grab, you know, I rarely bring out Wink of Stella because it doesn't show up so well. But let's go ahead. Let's do Winky of Stella. Let's add this. I'm hoping there's still some Wink of Stella left. I think I need to buy some more Wink of Stella. I keep forgetting to put it on my list of things to buy, and therefore it keeps not making it onto my list. And it's something that, you know, it's like one of those peripheral products, like glue. You know, I get a little panicky when I'm getting low on my glue, I have to admit. But like Wink of Stella is one of those products that is very hard to see on camera, so I forget to use it. There's barely any Wink of Stella left on here in this pen. But yeah, this would make it look better. Thank you. Who suggested that? Laura. Thank you, Laura. That was a good suggestion. It's not as visible as it should be because I think I have to throw out this Wink of Stella. It's like, it's at the very end of its life. I better leave it out here though so I remember to order it. Okay. So now it's got a little bit of shimmer on it. It's a little patchy. So yeah, I don't know, like I guess like this is kind of a little boring, and then this one like pops it a little bit more. So you know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna go with the red heart. Oh my gosh, I know it's a little crazy, and it would probably look better in a slightly different color, like maybe a really, really shimmery. If I had more of Wink of Stella, it would look better. But I'm going to go with red just to kind of keep in with the other one. But thank you for all of your suggestions. And I'm going to pop, you can do this with a mini glue dot, but with a bow like this with a gingham, I kind of like to use tear and tape. I think I've talked about this before. It has a little bit more surface area than the tiny dot. And then I'll put one on either side of here. Oh, and it's already sticking to me. All right, and then we'll put this on here like that. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add rhinestones. And aha, I was gonna say, where are the rhinestones? They have taken off. Okay, so I'm gonna use, I've got a lot of these little ones left, so I decided I was gonna use those up so I could even out the numbers a little bit. So that adds a little sparkly bling to it too. And then I also forgot to add some to my little Rhino packaging here. And a little bit up here. So we've got some bling on there too. That always helps a little bit and makes it look a little bit more special. And I'm shoving all these things out of my way. And here we go. We've got the boxes and then the matching cards. I think that's kind of nice. It kind of shows how you could do them in a like slightly different, way. We've got this one's Pacific Point and this one's Flirty Flamingo. Now, Pretty Peacock is coming up in the new annual catalog. So the Hello Irresistible paper, it's an online exclusive. So they haven't really told us when the end dates of those will be yet. But you can pick yourself up some Pretty Peacock paper and it will match like even better. But I think Pacific Point doesn't do a bad job of this color combination. And I'm looking at it in person versus what's showing on camera, and it actually looks a little bit even more blue-green and in person. So it actually isn't a bad matchup. And then of course you've got the Flirty Flamingo one, and I think they're just cute. A good way to package up these animal crackers. This would be cool for a birthday party, right? Like a kid's birthday party too. You could have all of these like sitting out as like little boxes, little favor boxes, kind of cute, right? So don't forget to use fun things, right? Because we don't always have to, do you like goldfish crackers? Like I like eating goldfish too. So, you don't have to, kid snacks can also be adult snacks, right? They don't have to necessarily just be one or the other, right? Okay, let me see. What else have I talked about? So next week, the retirement list is coming out, and my hair, I don't know what's going on. It's kind of, it's weird because I lean over and then it kind of fluffs up in a different way. Okay, we have retiring colors next week. Remember, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, and Pale Papaya. Those colors are all going to be on the retirement list next week, we think. I don't know if any of them are coming back in the main collection. But those are the colors, the ink colors that are going out. So if you love those colors, make sure you protect your investment. Get an ink refill, get some extra cardstock. So those will be on the way out. And then next week, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators are going to find out what the new colors are going to be. And I'm not sure what we'll be able to share at that point. We'll probably be able to share the names, but we of course won't be able to share the online catalog yet. So those new colors will be coming in, and we'll also have a bunch of colors that are retiring from the core collection. So look for that next week and make sure if there's any of your favorite colors retiring next week, that will be they'll be announced on Wednesday. Make sure you pick those up too, because it's harder to get those things later on, especially ink refills and cardstock. If you like a color, you probably already have the ink pad, but make sure you pick up the ink refill. So that is coming up next week, and so we'll know what's retiring out of the two catalogs, the Jan to April mini and the annual catalog next Wednesday. So look for an email from me on Wednesday of next week announcing that. And if you are already a customer of mine, I sent out an email about getting an annual catalog. I'll be sending out another reminder next week. So I've already got lots of responses for those. Make sure if you want a catalog and you're a customer already, let me know. They are free to my existing customers. Okay, let's say hello to all of you. I want to say hello. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Linda and Jean. It's so nice to see you. Good morning, Vera Blue and Deborah and Nancy. Linda says she received my gift. Oh, great. I'm so glad it arrived. Good morning, Deidre. And it's the first time. Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm so glad you're able to catch me. Laura says, welcome back. Thank you. Good morning, Janine. Linda says she thinks I'm coming in blurry. I hope that resolved itself. Sometimes the Wi-Fi gods and technology are not always in my favor. So hopefully I'll watch it back and make sure I didn't come in too blurry. For the most important part, right? Linda says she loves the project sheets. Ellie says good morning. Aw, and you got to talk to your grandbaby Philip this morning, or you got to see your grandbaby this morning. Awesome. Ellie says she loves the project, unique and clever. Thank you. Good morning, Trudy from the Netherlands. I'm glad you're joining us. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Cindy. Oh, you're getting to see the sandhill cranes today. That's so awesome. I love bird watching. Good morning, Birgit. And don't worry about being late. I'm so glad you're here. Deborah says, so cute. Cindy says she loves the project. Okay. We've got a lot of weigh-ins. I had a debate between the pink and the red heart, and I just plopped the red heart on there, even though I think there were more pink votes. But I think you're right. Like, I think the pink needed to be just slightly different from my card base, so that's why I went with the red. Linda says she loves the animal box holder. So darn cute. Thank you. Cheryl says she's going to make one for her grandson for Easter since he's too young for a chocolate bunny and loves animal crackers. Oh, that's a great idea. Make one with the Easter bunny. I love it, Cheryl. I'm glad you already found a use for it. Because sometimes when I make a project, I'm kind of like, I know I like my project because otherwise I wouldn't make it. But sometimes I don't know what other people are thinking. So that's great to hear, Cheryl. Cindy says, thank you. Tina says, such a cute idea. Verblue says, another beautiful box. Marty says, such a cute card and project. Was late, so she'll watch the replay. Jean says, it's snowing in the front yard, but not in the back. Oh my gosh, Jean, what did you do? That's kind of, you must be right on the edge of a weather system. That's kind of interesting. Good morning, Stuart. And Stuart says he's glad that I made it home safely. Well, thank you, everyone. And I hope you have a great weekend. Watch for my project sheet in your inbox tomorrow. Let me know if you've made this project. I'd love to hear what you've done with it. Cheryl's going to make it for her grandson for Easter as an alternative to chocolate because her grandson's too young. And I love that. And I think animal crackers are just really fun. If someone's sick, that's something very bland that they might be able to eat. Maybe they're good to dunk in coffee too, or hot chocolate or tea. So that's kind of fun as well. All right, everyone. My hair is driving me crazy this morning. It's like, don't know what's going on with it today. I probably need a haircut, is what I need. So, anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend. I will talk to you next Tuesday when I do another live. Take care, everyone. Oh, Nancy says she'll make many of these for her Christmas shop at our church school. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you found a use for them. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.